we've got the address search. So if I put in, maybe not a postcode, because we're not always just the postcode people, we are just address people. So I'm going to put in Heron Brook. Now I'm going to pick that one there. So I've typed in Heron Brook without the space, but I know where I live. I live there. So Heron space Brook, remember that. And I'm going to stick in a landline phone number, and it's going to validate it at the time of input. So inline error message, because it's in wrong. So, you know, goodness gracious me, I made a typo. Same sort of thing with the mobile phone number. So validates as I type, and then my email address. So if I do a typo on my email address, so I put CIM because I just missed the O. If it's really, really close, it'll say, did you really mean justsmith@hotmail.com? Oh yeah, I did. So I'll click on that, skadoosh. So it's stuck in the correct field. So that is point of entry, great. But if an address comes into the system and it's incorrect, so I'm going to kind of hack away at the address details. So this is what I've just typed in, but let's imagine that I've imported this. And I did import it slightly incorrectly. So I typed in that slight incorrect telephone and mobile and also email address and everything else. So if I save that, and then we run the AFD refiner. So this is a batchable process. Up here, you can see the 3 tick boxes. Well, there's a couple of different ways you can retrieve your data. So Sammy talked about they refined 7-year-old data. So you can retrieve your addresses by age, because there's an age stamp on the ad record. You don't necessarily want to be a 25-year-old SITS user and then the first press of the button, you charge a lot of processing power and or money because you're trying to refine all your addresses. So you can do it by ad, or you can use the multi-entity retrieve profile. So you can do it by cohort or by kind of faculty or however you want. Also, we can batch by just refining postal addresses, or just and or email addresses and or phone numbers. So phone numbers, when you ping the server, you might correct me if I'm wrong, but it costs some money. So you might not want to be refining all of your phone numbers all of the time. So this, you might do, you know, monthly phone numbers and weekly addresses or something like that. So time-based. So I'm going to put in my retrieve profile. So I'm going to count my records. So there's 1 record there because we've just seen it. We can force validation of all records, but when records are validated, they're just flagged as valid. And if they change, that flag is taken off. So if anyone updates it. And of course, I'm going to run it now. And of course, it's going to work first time. And we're all going to whoop and holler when it works. So if I retrieve this record, what's going to happen? Well, probably Heron Brook's going to change. So that's been updated to the correct record. Great. Now we'll notice the other 3 bits of information, the address and the telephone numbers, have not. But when you get AFD 08, talk to your customer service advisor, you'll get this new button. You'll also get another screen, but this is kind of that screen bolted on. You'll see a couple of tabs here, and you'll see this log. So you can go straight to this top-level log record, but this little magnifying glass links to it. And with tabs here, we'll see that we've got an address closeness of 79 points, marks, sausages, and it's auto-updated, so that's cool. Email address, well, it says it's email server not found, but it has suggested an email address. So again, you can sort of drag out this and either decide to update it yourself after a big refiner, or somehow contact the student, the person, the tutor by other means, presumably. And a similar sort of thing for phone number 1. We're getting the refiner back saying it is not valid. Now, we can't suggest phone numbers, but at least you know it's not right.